girl, you know I feel for you, but not in the way that you want me to. I'm sorry, know that this is hard for me. Sorry, I let everything fall on me. But sorry, I only wanna chase my dreams. Sorry, we never wanted the same things. I'm sorry, I wish I could control my heart and control my love, hold you in my arms. I know that I should have said it from the start, that I'm so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know that I feel for you, but not in the way that you want me to. It's a ring in a dream, you called on me to be a king. I'm so dumb, but please make this easy for me. Accept that fate has its own reasons. I gave you pain and I don't mean it. If it was up to me, I'd change like the four seasons. I just don't think we were meant to go along. I know that's what you're fighting for. You gave me love and I ignored it. Wish I could run, I'm hiding for it. Cause I'm ashamed that I would go and write another love song, knowing that you're dying for it. So I guess I just had to tell you that I am so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know that I feel for you.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I got my twins. Hey, I got my twins. Sorry. I tried to center myself in between my identical twins back there. I'm still contemplating whether I want to change their names because they come with birth certificates. And so I got my twins back there. So I decided to put them both back here. Usually I have one on my recliner in the background and one back here. Anyway, I wanted to put both of them. Thank you to my son and to my bliss, Chris. I got my twins. And listen, okay, I just started off straight out of the gate. Hello, everybody. This is Selfie Queen Cindy. If you're new here, I don't know how you came across my train wreck of a channel, but hi, I'm glad to have you. This video will be started off as a members only early access. So it's members only, but it will not remain members only. I'll have it for members for an hour and then I'll have it scheduled to the public. So I have to be careful what I say here. Members only is not private, but it's a little more personal because you can't have it plastered all over YouTube, which kind of gives you a little, ha ha moment to people that want to replay your content. You get to be a little petty. But I don't say anything in members only that I don't want to share with the world because again, it is still the internet. You can't control who becomes a member to your channel. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm from New York, we talk with our hands. So if that is distracting, if that is annoying, this may not be the channel for you because I talk with my hands all the time. Okay. So anyway, I'm a bit animated today. Had 2 cups of coffee. It is Friday. I'm home today. Early weekend. Hallelujah for small favors. Anyway, there was something I was going to say about the dolls. Oh, because somebody, may say a selfie. Isn't that a little kind of greedy to have 2 identical dolls? And to that I say no. They were both Christmas birthday gifts because my birthday's 5 days before Christmas. So they were both gifts, one by my son, one by one of my best friends in the world. And it is in bad taste to then regift such a thoughtful gift as these two. So I decided to keep them both. Okay. Again, this doll is an identical doll I received as a child, 8 or 9 years old. I received it. I can't remember if I was 8 or 9, but I know it was one of those 2 years. Back in that time, my mom was an addict and we moved around a lot. So I don't remember, again, my birthday's 5 days before Christmas. So I don't remember if it was my eighth birthday or my ninth birthday. It was either or. I don't remember what year, but I remember the impact the doll had on my life. I never forgot that doll because we moved around so much. I lost the doll and was heartbroken, but I never forgot the doll. This is why the doll doesn't have like the newer Cabbage Patch Kids, like the Barbie hair. This one has like the yarn hair because that was the first Cabbage Patch dolls. They had the yarn hair, and that was the doll I got. And so when I found it, it's like called vintage on the Cabbage Patch doll website, which I will link in the description of this video. It is categorized as a vintage Cabbage Patch doll because of the yarn hair. Again, they have the newer ones with the long blonde hair. It looks like Barbie doll hair. The brown, they have the bald preemie dolls. They have twin babies and all of that. So I have to, again, it's not because I'm selfish or greedy. These were two gifts that were gifted to me. My son, and again, one of my best friends that wanted to renew that memory, that childhood memory that I had, and didn't know that one another was going to gift me that. So they're both extremely sentimental to me and mean a lot to me. And I just, again, um, couldn't part with either of them because of the sentimental value attached to them and the thoughtfulness, the thought that went into gifting this for me. And they were not, again, and it's the thought that counts. So please don't misunderstand what I'm about to say, but they weren't inexpensive. They were pretty hefty price for these. Okay, $100 is nothing to sneeze at. A gift of $5, I'm grateful for. Love it all the same. It's not why I'm saying it, but realistically, $100 is not a little bit of money. Um, and so I'm so appreciative of that. Nobody owes me anything. And the thought that went behind it to make me cry twice. And I got them both in the same day. It's so crazy. They both came the same day. My sons came first. I opened it. I cried, and then Bliss Chris was like, "Hey, something should be coming today." I'm like, "What the hell?" It was supposed to come later, and so they both arrived on the same day within hours of each other. So I got both my dolls in the same day. Anyway, okay. I just wanted to explain that because I felt like it's important. Because I do have two identical dolls, and one doesn't mean more to me than the other. One doesn't cancel out the thought of the other as well. I feel doubly blessed to have so many amazing people in my life that know about nostalgia. And if you thought back to your childhood and you had a toy or something that was gifted to you that meant so much, just like in A Christmas Story, where Ralphie got that BB gun and he wanted it so bad that he even went to see Santa, and everybody was telling him, "Kid, you'll shoot your eye out. You're not going to get that." And on Christmas morning, he got that BB gun, and of course, he almost did shoot his eye out. you know, Broke his glasses and was so scared his dad was going to kick his ass and all the things. But his parents still got him that BB gun. His mom didn't want him to get it, but his dad knew how much he wanted it, right? All year, Ralphie was thinking about that gun and wanted that gun and was cutting out magazine things and all the things that kids nowadays don't even understand, right? Getting magazines and cutting out the coupons and sending them in and all the things. You can't imagine having to do that now because everything is on the internet. But anyway, okay, enough about that. So anyway, I wanted to do a video. I haven't been live on my channel. I have to do a live because I have 10 memberships to gift for this month. And I, of course, want to do that. But if I'm honest, I don't want to go live because it's hard not to speak about the current climate on YouTube and even in video form. It's hard for me not to talk about the elephant in the room, so to speak. Um, but live, it's harder, right? A video, I can review the video and decide if I want to upload it. Live, once you're live, it's live. Some people will go live, say some crazy stuff, and delete it immediately, private it. I've never been that kind of person. Once I post it on the internet, it's there. People have bots on my channel. It's a normal thing on the internet. So as soon as I post something, whatever, it's already recorded. And even if it wasn't, I feel like if I said it on the internet, whether I have to apologize later, own it, I'm gonna own everything I say. I stand by everything I say, even things that are cringy, even things that have been embarrassing. Excuse me. I feel like storm. Sorry, I feel like I had a hair on my lip. I don't remember what I do in my mirror. Oh, hold on, it's right here. Sorry, sorry. I don't want to traumatize you guys by doing duck lips in front of you, but I felt like I had a hair. It was annoying me. Anyway, so Jules, the sticker's still there. So, because I know that people look at the sticker, I wash this cup all the time. I don't know why that sticker is still intact. It's a little wrinkled though. Maybe I should try to remove it. I wash my cup. Okay, I wash my cup. I also have a waterproof sticker on the front, but I do wash my. I swear to God, Jules and Sophie just made me think of that. I had a stick. I was wondering, do I have a sticker under there? And I meant to check before my live. Oh my God, my intrusive thoughts. And I decided to look, but yeah, there's a sticker. But I do wash my Stanley cup each and every time I use it, and I fill it with water. So in Jen's defense, maybe she washes it because I know I wash my stuff. I play no games with that. And the sticker is still there. So I'm gonna have to scrape it off after this because it's gonna drive me crazy now that I've never even checked to see if the sticker was there, but I wash my Stanley all the time. And this sticker doesn't come off either. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, okay. Lost my train of thought with the damn sticker because the damn hair on my lip. Anyway, I have no makeup on. I did my eyebrows. I did my eyebrows. They hate each other. They're distant cousins. This one's always trying to stand up for her rights to party. This one's always sad and depressed and like smoked a little ganja. This bitch is always up, excited. I always have the rock eyebrow thing going on. It's just God was a jokester. God was a jokester. God was like symmetry, symmetry where. So anyway, as a part of my face, but the you have the luxury not to look at me if you don't want to. So I have no makeup on. I don't care. Besides, well, got eyebrows again. I got my lash extensions on and I put some lipstick on. So I guess that's makeup. But I mean, I don't have any face base makeup. Anyway, I cut my nails. I didn't paint them. I know I got to paint them. I cut them. They were getting crazy long. And it's such a mission to just do my nails because I have to file them and all the things, take the polish off, even though I have an electric drill. It's still a process, and then I have to, do all the things. You have to dehydrate your nails, then put a bit the primer, then a base coat, then the builder gel, then all the blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna paint my nails. I'm not sure what color. I wanted to do like a milky white, but I don't have a milky white gel polish. I have a white gel polish, but I was thinking about trying to do my own concoction, like with top coat, put some of the white polish and try to dilute it and maybe make like a milky white that isn't so opaque. Anyway, whatever. So don't mind my nails. I'm gonna paint them, but I wanted to do like a pretty soft color. But next time you see me, it'll probably a super loud color. So don't mind me. Anyway, okay. I'm stalling because I'm trying not to get myself in trouble. Um, Sophie did a live yesterday. Yesterday, yes, because I had just gotten home when Sophie was live, and I was able to catch her live, and decided to go on the panel. And her live was about Jen Bailey. And I've said several times I don't cover Jen Bailey on my channel because she doesn't talk about me. Now, in full transparency, I have spoken about Jen. There is still a featured live, and I say it all the time because I never want somebody, Jen or someone else, to say that I'm lying. One thing I'm not is a liar. I know the internet is forever, and even if the internet wasn't forever, I'm not a liar. The truth is just so much easier. I don't have a good memory when it comes, I'm not a good liar. Okay. You can see it on my face all the time. Um, so there's just no reason for me to lie. I'm an adult. I say things that offend people sometimes. I misspeak all the things, but I don't lack self awareness. I'm able to apologize. I'm able to accept responsibility for things that I say. So I don't have an issue with that. But so there is a featured live on my channel, and I feel bad about it. But the reason I have not removed it is because I don't remove anything from my channel. I do want to remove it as the featured live off of my channel because I don't know if you're not somebody who does videos or streams, you may not know you can choose like if you have a featured video. So every time somebody comes to your channel on your home screen, they'll be your featured live. And it's Jen Bailey GB versus SQC. And it was because she did a live, was calling me a dummy and all these things. And in that live, I talked shit about Sophie. For those who don't know, I didn't like Sophie. I didn't like Sophie. I didn't know Sophie. And I misjudged her. And I judged her too harshly, and I regret it. Um, I saw a few clips, and I didn't go back to watch the full context of what she was saying. And I mistakenly thought that she was giving out misinformation about addiction and recovery and about maintenance medications and all the things, when in fact she was telling her own experience. And I'm not just saying it because I like Sophie, because even before we became close, I had apologized to her because I started watching her silently, and realized I had misjudged her. So I'm not just saying that now because she's my friend. I realized my mistake, and that's what made me start watching her for myself. And I watched her for a while silently. I tend to do that. I watch people quietly for a while before I venture into their chats. And one of the first things I did was apologize to Sophie. I feel that it's important. I'm not just going to shit talk somebody and then go in their chat and act like I have a cloak of invisibility. Like peekaboo, they didn't see me talking shit about them. Um, so I went and I apologized to her. But in that live, it was like 2 years ago, nearly 3 years ago, Jen Bailey was like defending Sophie against me and was talking crap about me. I don't know anything about addiction and all the things. So, in talking about what Jen Bailey was saying about me, I took some digs and some swings at Sophie in that live. And that's something, my light is flickering. Sorry about that. It's all the way up there. We can't reach it. We have like this pole. We still can't reach the lights to change them. Anyway, we have to have somebody come in and professionally change the light bulb. So that's why it's flickering. Anyway, okay, sorry guys. Um, and so that's one of the main things that I regret, is that in that live I'm taking digs at Sophie. And again, I don't delete anything off my channel, because deleting it doesn't mean it never happened. And I think people do that, like, oh, it's gone, it never happened. It did happen, and I acknowledge that it happened. And again, my channel is a true timeline of my time on YouTube and having learned from making stupid mistakes like that. Um, so I hate it because it's there and it makes me feel bad hearing the things, just the way, the dismissive way I spoke about Sophie hurts my heart now that I know her. And I love Sophie. And so it hurts me. I didn't know her personally. Excuse me. And I don't know. It takes a lot for me to be super petty and shady to people. And I feel like I was super petty and shady to Sophie. And again, it hurts my heart. Again, I've learned. There were times where I was super angry on my channel, yelling, super angry, right? Even emotional. And I've learned to curb that a little bit. Like if I'm upset or I hear something or somebody sends me something, because I don't watch people that I don't like, that I don't get along with, I don't watch them. Because to me, that makes no sense. Or am I going to purposely anger myself? It's not as if I'm the kind of commentary channel who calls out things like that all the time. So I could understand people that do that. They watch it because they're going to commentate on it. That's not what my channel is. So I don't feel the need to subject myself to that. The same way if somebody doesn't like me, wouldn't watching me be torturous for you? You know what I mean? Like, why would I torture myself by watching somebody I don't like? It doesn't make sense to me. I never understood that. And so I don't do that. But when I would be sent something or be watching a live and somebody else was playing it, it would piss me off. So I learned not to go live, not to press live, sleep on it, think about it, and then if I still wanted to talk about it, my presentation would be completely different than if it was right in the moment because I'm angry and I'm going to be way more harsh. So I've learned that sometimes I still get animated, I still get angry, I still get frustrated, all the things. But I think that um, my approach is a lot less rah, 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 right? So I try to do that. It's not always going to happen. I'm a human being and I get pissed. So yesterday I was on Sophie's panel and again, I don't talk about Jen Bailey because she doesn't talk about me. She'll mention me in passing, like she'll see me in a chat and she'll be like, "Oh, of course, Selfie Queen's in there," but she doesn't talk about me. She doesn't none of the things. So I don't feel the need to put myself in the space to start like reacting or you know what I mean to her lives and stuff. I feel like there's plenty of people that do that, and again, I'm not taking shots at anybody who does that. Um, Especially people that are mentioned, I think they have the right to respond as many times or as they see fit. But I'm not in that position. I do give my opinion in chats, which I think everyone is entitled to, whether we agree with their opinions or not. I don't think it's ever okay for anybody to lie on people. I don't think it's okay to lie on people and then say you were trolling. There's a big difference between trolling people and saying harmful, malicious lies on people. And yeah. And so I'm very careful with that too. Like if a anonymous account or a sock account, because I do think there's a difference. People have the right to be anonymous. YouTube is not always safe for people, right? There's not everybody has the same boundaries. I won't dox you. I won't dig into your personal life, but other people don't have that boundary. So I get people safeguarding themselves. I get that. So there's a difference, in my opinion, between an anonymous account and sock accounts, right? Sock accounts that created those accounts solely to go in and start shit and do all the things, right? Um, and to be able to say things in a more freeing way that they know they wouldn't say from an account that's associated with them. So that's why I don't use sock accounts because they're too freeing. And I, again, hold myself accountable. So I know that if I say it from Selfie Queen Cindy, you're going to know it's me and it kind of curbs me from being a shitty person. It does. Again, it begins and ends with me. I don't lack self-awareness. And I know that a sock account is going to allow me to just be messy, messy, messy and be gross and say things that I normally wouldn't say in a moment of anger. So I have to be in control of myself. I can't come and say some shit that I can't take back and then blame somebody else for why I reacted the way I reacted. I have to be in control of myself. You know what I mean? So having my one account, I have a second channel. I don't use that one. That's like it's my makeup channel, which I need to start making makeup content. Anyway, I don't use that account to go in any chats. Selfie Queen is the one where I go into chats. That is a beauty channel where I want to start doing beauty content. So you won't see me using that account, in drama streams or in commentary streams because that's not what that channel is about. Anyway, I go on tangents. Anyway, um, but I went on panel and she was, reacting to Jen, and I became angry. And because when Jen came out of jail, I also spoke about the DV situation. I never played the videos because they were extremely triggering. I remember watching them when Amzi posted words. Rewind. When Amzi posted the first round of videos, it was extremely triggering to me. And then when KK posted the second round, again, it was extremely triggering to me. Um, and I've always felt like DV is serious. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. I have all sons, I have lots of brothers, and I know the world that I lived in where women had an advantage over men, where a woman was believed because men are bigger, stronger. So if a woman said he hit me years ago, the man was automatically seen as the aggressor. And sorry, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Smartphones have really helped for men to be able to document and show proof in situations where they would have been arrested had they not had those videos, and really started to change the mindset of police and media and everything, that men can definitely be victims of DV, and it doesn't make a man weak or a beta male or any of the things because he doesn't put his hands back on a woman and because he is a victim of domestic violence. Okay. So I want to say that. So when I saw the videos, I was extremely upset because I've shared, again, trigger warning, that I lost a cousin who was a teenager to DV, lost his life behind DV. And so I take it very seriously. And I have all sons, and my sons know not to hit women under any circumstance, but also not to allow themselves to be a punching bag. It's zero tolerance for abusive language towards you, zero tolerance for somebody putting their hands on you. They have female relatives, and again, I'm not gangster or any of that, but I can tell you I'll go to jail with a smile on my face for one of my sons or one of my brothers or one of my nephews and all the things. Okay. um so let's hope it never comes to that, because for my sons, I will go to jail happy. Don't put your hands on my kids. Anyway, so anyway, the DV, I did speak about it. Again, I didn't play it and all the things. And I never really like tagged her or any of the things because I was trying to bring awareness to DV. It wasn't like trying to call her out specifically for the situations, but it was feeling like that was such an important conversation to have. And I wanted to have it on my channel and make it known that it's never okay to put your hands on someone, male, woman, cat, dog, mineral, I don't care. It's not okay to respond physically against someone because you don't like what they say. So, um, I did speak about that on my channel. Anyway, so I just won't cover her again because she's not speaking about me. And Jen, if you happen to come across this, please don't start speaking about me because I don't want to talk about you, girl. I don't. And I won't, go crazy talking about your looks and all the things. I won't do that to you. Okay. Um, but your behaviors are enough for people to talk about, right? But I don't want to do that, Jen. And I was watching a clip channel where Jen was talking about lists of people, and she mentioned JJ. She does, JJ talks shit, and she says selfie queen, not selfie queen, because I like her. And she goes back and forth. She doesn't like me. She likes me. You know, there was a live that she did. I don't remember, maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and she was extremely upset and crying. And I happened to watch it because people were talking about it. So I went to her channel and I watched it, and it broke my heart. It did. Again, I know who Jen is. I've been here. I've been here. I've seen the IG lives. I saw them in real time. Okay. I saw her IG lives in real time. When Clint, before Clint left, when Clint left, after Clint left, I watched it in real time. Okay. But when Jen used to do her IG lives, I used to go in there before all of that happened. And it's so funny. She even invited me up on her IG panel one time. And I still have the screenshot of that because I thought it was weird. I was like, I'm not going up there so she could try to go crazy on me. And then I got to show my whole ass on IG and read her to filth. So I didn't go up there, but she did like request me to go up on her panel. And I declined because I knew it was going to be a shit show because she was talking crazy reckless. And if she talks crazy reckless to me, I'm going to match her energy again because I didn't know then what I know now, right? Back then, I was going to match her energy all day. Now I would be able to go up there and talk to her sensibly, but back then I wouldn't have been able to. And again, I don't lack self awareness, so I didn't want to set myself up, put myself in that position to be replayed all over YouTube is bad enough, right? So when I can avoid it, I'm gonna avoid it. But I thought that was funny. But um, and so yeah, so she said, so she was crying and stuff, and I left her a comment because she was like, everybody hates me or whatever. And I left her a comment and I said, Jen, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, Jen, I don't hate you because I don't hate Jen. I don't hate anybody on the internet. Yeah, there's some people I despise, right? Loathe entirely, like the Grinch. But I don't hate anybody on the internet. That takes too much. You have to care, right? To hate. I don't care enough. I really don't. Not saying I know that sounds bad. That's not the way I meant it. I just meant I'm not that invested. You have to be super invested for that of an extreme emotion to come from you. And I'm not that invested. I'm not on anybody on the internet. I'm just not. When I turn my computer off or I turn my phone off, I don't think about YouTube. I do not. Okay. And the day that I start, I'm going to go and get a second and third job because, yeah, something's wrong. Anyway, um, but I don't hate her. And I wanted to let her know that, Jen, it begins and ends with you. And it was just me telling her, like, if you stop, people will stop. Stop, try it. And I guess she just recently saw my comment because she just recently liked it and said thank you. And I know she sees me in chat sometimes and I have harsh opinions, but I never talk about her family, her children. I talk about things that she said and done online. I do. Especially when I hear her lying about it, it upsets me. It's like, Jen, just don't lie. Own it. Own it. You know what I mean? Like things would be, oh my God, so many things would be resolved if Jen just said, yeah, you know what? Back then I messed up. I effed up. I can't take it back. I apologize and move on. But she'll say she's taking accountability for it, own it, and then retract it. And that is what angers people. And that's why people don't seem to understand that enable her bad behavior. They act oblivious as to why people keep those old videos keep resurfacing. And it's because she keeps retracting it. And so some people get pissed off and remember it well and are going to remind her. So it kind of gets on my nerves when people act oblivious to why people get upset. And being a friend or trying to be there for somebody or trying to support somebody doesn't mean you have to enable their bad behavior. I don't understand why people think that those two are mutually exclusive. You can support someone, right? Even someone who behaves badly online. Everyone deserves support. Everyone, oh no, 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 no. Not everyone. Okay, child predators. And I'm not talking about Jen. Oh shit, she's gonna think I was called her that. I've never called her that. Okay. I think that she did some questionable things, acted immaturely. She wanted to be relatable around teenagers and maybe did some stupid, said some stupid shit. I, for the record, never ever have said or thought that Jen acted, physically was inappropriate with a minor, right? I hope you understand my meaning. Never thought that, never said that. I don't believe she engaged in any illegal activities with minors in that way, actually, okay? Um, but Jen seems to only think that when you say her behavior or her words were inappropriate, that inappropriate only means actually, right? Actually. And that's not the case. Okay. Minors participating or partaking in illegal substances in her house is inappropriate, right? Minors being allowed to have actual relations with each other in her home is inappropriate. Minors being allowed to physically fight one another in her home is her acting inappropriate for an adult that is supposed to be there to supervise these minors who are going to behave badly, right? They're going to smoke, they're going to do drugs, all the things. If you allow them, they're going to drink alcohol, they're going to have sex, they're going to fight and act up. That's why adults are supposed to be there to supervise and guide them. But when you have someone who wants to fit in and wants to be friends with teenagers, the wires get crossed. And that is what I think happened with Jen. But anyway, it was a long time ago, right? These minors are all adults. It doesn't take away from it, but again, you learn, you grow, you do better. But her denying it is why people are still so outraged by it. Okay, I've made many mistakes, and so that's another thing that people tend to bring up. All these people act holier than thou. They were an addict, and they did, and they went to jail, and all. Yeah, but I changed all those behaviors. I'm not an addict. I'm in recovery. Next month, God willing, I make it there, knock on wood, right? I'll have 25 years successfully in recovery. Okay? 25 years in February. I haven't been arrested in 25 years. I've changed my life. No police contact, no getting in trouble, none of that in 25 years. I don't behave badly like that. I don't commit crimes, right? I don't use any substances. I even quit smoking cigarettes. My sons want me to quit vaping now. Like that's the vice now. They're like, Mom, you need to quit vaping. I'm like, oh no, damn it. One thing at a time, right? It'll be 2 years in March that I quit smoking cigarettes. It's already going to be 2 years in March. That's crazy. Um, so that's the difference. I learned from my mistakes, and I acknowledge all my mistakes. I say I was a fuck up, right? I had to be away from my children because I went to jail. I'm a two-time felon because of my addiction, because of my stupidity, because of my choices, all the things. I've acknowledged it, admitted it, never minimized it, never blamed, shifted blame to my circumstances, my trauma. I've explained in detail what led me to my addiction. And the reason that I know that is because of therapy that I utilized. When I was a teenager, my parents tried to send me to therapy. When I finally, Children's Services removed us from our mom, we were put in foster care. And then my dad and my stepmom took me and my brother in, and my little brothers, we were all separated, all the things. Um, I began to act out at 15 years old. I began to act out because I was so damaged and all the things. And they sent me to therapy, but I lied to my therapist. I lied. I didn't tell them anything. I never went deep. Everything was surface. How school, it's okay. How you're fighting with your parents? Yeah. I minimized it like it was stupid stuff. Never allowed those sessions to penetrate, bad word. Never allowed those sessions to delve deep into my mind. So it didn't work for me. And then at 21, I started experimenting, got into my addiction, and in recovery, I started going to therapy and doing groups. Groups saved my life, right? But I started going to therapy and was actually honest and open with the therapist, and they were able to work through things with me because to be successful in recovery, you have to identify those things that led you to be susceptible to addiction. Because those that, if I don't identify it, I'm going to repeat it, right? Those who don't learn are doomed to repeat it. And I have to learn what my triggers were, what set me off, what I had to learn to cope. I had to learn to cope. And that is what I tell so many people, even when I worked in addiction, learn to cope. Learn that life's going to happen to you. Bad things are going to happen to you. You're going to have breakups. You're going to have deaths. You're going to have hard times. It's going to happen to you. But if you know how to deal with it and you know how to cope, you can make it through. And that's what helped me when I lost my sister. My sister passed away. When my mom passed away, I didn't relapse. My mother-in-law passing away, my marriage falling apart, all the things, I didn't relapse because I had learned how to cope, and I had learned to live life. And these are all cliches. Live life on life's terms, right? Life's terms just mean shit happens. Shit happens. You got to deal with it. That's living life on life's terms. You can't expect everybody to cushion your fall. Shit happens. Deal with it. Um, so I think that that's the difference too. We've changed those behaviors. So, because people always want to bring it up, you were an addict and you judge people. I'm not judging. I'm being honest. Like talking about people's behaviors, like things that they say and do on the internet. How is, if I'm judging, but and they don't understand that they say, oh, you're exploiting addicts or you're addict shaming, while they keep throwing up in my face my past addiction that's 25 years in the rear view mirror, while people are showing those behaviors now, but I'm not allowed to talk about it when they're doing it on the internet because 25 years ago I made stupid choices, but I learned from them, right? I learned from them. But people that are doing it now, I'm not allowed to talk about it because of my past. But don't bring up their very present past, like a year ago and still today, right? You talk about things that show a pattern of behavior 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, last night, this morning. It's to show a pattern of behavior that hasn't changed. And I bring up my addiction to show that you can change. You can change. So when I talk about my addiction and the mistakes, it's to show that you can learn and do better. Am I perfect? Hell no. Hell no. People want to talk shit. Oh, she thinks living with her kids is a flex. Like, it's not. And I keep bringing that up because people don't understand. It's not a flex. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, right? Because I could have broken relationships with my children again because I was an addict 25 years ago, right? So I could have not made amends with my kids and have been in a situation 4 years ago where I needed to be removed from that situation. And because I hadn't done the work on my relationships, my personal relationships with my family, with my sons, that my sons, it wouldn't have even been a thought, right? Because they would have wanted nothing to do with their mother. They would have never opened up their home to their mother. But because I put in the work, changed my life, right? Have a relationship with my parents, have a relationship with my family. My husband's family watches my channel. My niece watches my channel. And hey, mama, I don't want to say your name, right? Because people are not well on the internet. So if when you watch my channel, if you ever want to comment, please make sure your name is not attached. Okay, mama? Anyway, my niece that lives in the Bronx, she watches my channel. They watch, they know, they love my husband, my ex-husband. That is right. Their uncle, their brother, all the things. They know I've never lied on him. They know how much I love this man. They know how much I love this man. Um, and so they watch. And I worked on fixing those relationships. And my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my niece, I used to stay over their house and all the things. So you're not shaming me for living with my kids. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing, right? Because I could have had to go into a shelter. I could have been stuck in that situation. And maybe I wouldn't have been able to continue to be successful in recovery, living with an active addict every day, wearing on you every day. It had been 8 years of it wearing on me every day. So I'm blessed. Anyway, so it's not a flex. Um, and again, my sons offered me the bedroom, but I didn't want that. I don't need that right now. I was married nearly 30 years, had my own apartment, all of the things. So I'm good for right now. This is a transition. This is a transition. And I'm still here because We like this apartment. It's beautiful. Again, I've said this so many times. It's in a beautiful neighborhood. It's a safe neighborhood. It's close to the city. It's easy for everybody to get to work. Um, and we like it here. And the lease isn't up. So, you know what I mean? We'll work on that. And it doesn't bother me not having my bedroom right now. So if it doesn't bother me, it shouldn't bother you, right? You don't have to live here. You don't have to deal with it. So I don't understand why it bothers people on the internet when I'm not complaining. I'm not asking you guys for money. Nothing. I'm not saying, hey, help me get a bed or help me get an apartment. I'm not saying any of that. I come here and I share, and I'm rarely on the internet now because it's not a fun place to be. It's not. I prefer just watching people go live and talking in chats than going live because the climate on YouTube is so toxic. So toxic. And people, because they don't like your opinions, they want to interfere in your real life and try to get you fired or mess with your family dynamic and all the things that I've never done to a soul on or off the internet. Never tried to get anybody to lose their job. Never tried to fracture people's relationships with their family. None of the things, okay? Never tried to get people arrested. Even when I lived in that life, you didn't call the cops. But even now, like you would have to be at my door, like, you know what I mean, on some rah-rah shit for me to call the police. I'm not a cop caller. I'm not gonna call the cops for people on the internet that live across the country and shit. Like that's crazy. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, okay. Because people take it personally, like I'm taking a dig at them and talking about them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about frivolously. I'm not talking about people genuinely harassing people and them seeking other recourse, right? Legally and all the things. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about because somebody's talking about you on their channel and you don't like what they have to say, so you want to call the cops on them, and the cops are supposed to come to their house and tell them, shut your live down and shut up. Like that's weird as fuck to me. Anyway, I'm trying to curb the cursing. Anyway, I just wanted to do a video because I promised once a week at minimum something for my members until I feel safe enough to be able to come on and not spew bullshit at people because there's a lot I want to say and I'm refraining from saying it because it serves no purpose. Um because nothing's going to change. You can't change people on the internet. People have to realize that they need to change and that shit is just out of control. And some people don't realize shit is out of control. And the only person you can change is you, right? That's all you can control in the situation, the part you play in the situation. So I've chosen to remove myself as a participant in the fuck shit. I comment in comment sections. I don't cross the line on people. I don't like trust me. Sometimes I want to say some bullshit. I do. Like I want to hit people where they hit, right? The shit that I've seen, like I can very easily say that shit. But once I say that shit, nothing's off limits. I'm gonna just keep going and keep going and keep going, and it's gonna become ugly. Oh, sorry. So that's why I don't do that. So anyway, I have to do a live. I don't know. I know Brandy is gonna be live on her channel. Cajun Brandy is going to start going live on her channel. And I think tonight is her first live, and tomorrow I think Jules is supposed to be live. So I don't know. I want to do a live. I wanted to do one this weekend because I want to gift some memberships. Again, I want to gift the memberships, so that people, if they want to see the members only content, because I do want to do a members only live. And again, not because I'm trying to hide things. It's just I don't know. I'm just trying to be easy. I'm trying to be easy. And again, this is going to be made public. I'm going to, upload it on my laptop and I mean download it. Oh my god. Download it to my laptop, upload it to YouTube, and sometimes it takes eons for that. So let me shut the hell up because the longer I record, the longer it takes to upload. Anyway, um this is going to be made public on my channel, okay? I think we need to We need to just chill. We need to chill. It's okay. I'm not trying to tell people how to talk on their channel. I don't curb people's language. I'm not here, like, that's not my job on YouTube, right? Tell people, like, you have to be PC. I don't say certain things. Don't say the N word. And again, I'm from New York. And again, my intro, my original intro song is my son's music. My intros will always be my son's music because I'm extremely proud of how talented, all my sons are talented, but I'm extremely proud of my son's talent, and his voice is phenomenal. I recorded him in his room the other day just singing. And by the time I got my phone, he was just doing like melodies, just riffing. And it was just so beautiful to listen to. He has this voice that is just amazing. So my son said the N word in his song. We're from New York. It happens. I don't say the word, but I've again never denied that in New York they say the N word with the A, right? People may not agree with that, and I get that, right? Some people feel like if you're not black, you shouldn't be saying the word. I get that. But again, I'm not a liar. I've never denied that. Again, I don't say the word, not with an A, not with anything. It doesn't slip out of my mouth. I don't use that word. Okay. So my ex used to say the word all the time, but that's what he's from Brooklyn. Like, he's from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not making excuses. People can feel however they want about that. That's just the truth. Hold on. Hold on. Somebody's at the door. Who is that? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Somebody's at the door. Watch it, Mama. Oh, hey, I didn't take your keys. I'm live. Hold on. I'm recording a video. Sorry, it's my son. He took his keys and still just whatever. Anyway, um, like I said, I never denied it. We're from New York. My ex says the word and all the things. Again, people can feel how they want about that. I used to tell them all the time, don't say that word all the time. And it is what it is. But I'm not a liar. Okay, we're not racist, never been racist. Again, I have brothers that are half black. My mother was super dark skinned, my little sister and brothers. I don't have to say that because I hate that. It's like somebody saying, I have a friend that's black, right? I'm not a racist, never been accused of being a racist, none of the things, because that's not a thing. That is not a thing. Okay. Um, but again, I'm not a liar. So that is also not a thing, being a liar. But anyway, one of my sons came home. The rest of my sons are not here, but I'm gonna get off. And what is that? Food? I'll show you. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your Friday. I don't know. They'll be alive someday. I mean, not someday. One day this week, maybe Sunday early when my sons leave to work. Because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday the boys are home, and I'm not going live when my boys are home because it's a lot of traffic in the house. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here because my son just got home and I want to get us some food and chill and all the things. Again, I hope you guys have a great Friday. And if you got through this video, I know my videos, my all over the place. I'm not here often, so like I'm like telling you all my thoughts in one video, so it's all over the place. Again, JJ, Bliss Chris, they gave me their ADHD by proxy. I blame it on them. But I hope you guys have a great weekend and all the good stuff. Y como siempre, te quiero mucho, mis amores. And you know what? I might as well let you. What the freak did I just do? What did I just do? Wrong thing. Sorry. Wrong thing. All right. I should have had this ready. I know, y'all. Shut your asses up. Okay. I love you guys and have a great day, y'all. Did I add it to my screen? Did I add it to my screen? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Idiot. I'm an idiotas. I'm an idiotas. I'm an idiotas. All right. Bye, guys. Love ya.
Feel for you, but not in the way that you want me to. I'm sorry, no, this is hard for me. Sorry, I let everything fall on me. But sorry, I only wanna chase my dreams. sorry we never wanted the same thing. I'm sorry, I wish I could control my heart and control my love, hold you in my arms. I know that I should have said it from the start, that I'm so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know that I feel for you, but not in the way that you want me to. It's a ring in a dream. You called on me to be a king. I'm so dumb, but please make this easy for me. Accept that fate has its own reasons. I gave you pain and I don't mean it. If it was up to me, I'd change like the four seasons. I just don't think we were meant to go along. I know that's what you're fighting for. You gave me love and I ignored it. Wish I could run, I'm hiding for it. Cause I'm ashamed that I would go and write another love song, knowing that you're dying for it. So I guess I just had to tell you that I am so in love with you, but not in the way that you want me to. Girl, you know